It's a little bit better. I try not to do videos this late, but sometimes you just got to make it work. What up, Jeffrey? Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to jump in our chat. I want to do a couple videos, do a couple of charts with you guys. I know it's a new year. A lot of people asking for a lot of charts, a lot of money to be made in 2018. So if you are in the chat right now, do me a favor and let me know what chart you want to see. In addition to that, if you want to win some free Ethereum, we will be doing that as well. All you need to do to win some ETH is jump over to the Facebook group and share the post that I just put up about 10 minutes ago to where I linked this video. So let me pull that up for you guys and show you what that looks like. So if you just go to the Facebook group, it's the #1 Bitcoin group in the world. If you want to join now, you can do that and still have a chance to win. Right before we do our last chart, I'll jump in and admit everybody. That way, if you're just now joining, you will still have a chance to win. Once you get in, just share that post there. What up, Big Shot? I see you working, man. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Don't, hey, listen, if you got to put somebody in timeout, just go ahead and boot them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no time for the haters in 2018. I ain't even got my Evil Eye on. I bought this Evil Eye in Miami. Said it's supposed to keep the haters off me. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I got shot for right now. Holding it down. Boss walking on the West Coast. I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do some big things together. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So, yeah, this is the link right here. Just go ahead, jump in the group, share that guy when you get in. And that's all you need to do to win. In the meantime, let's go ahead and look at a chart. Somebody said WTC. So let's check that one out. And your chart, you need to make sure if you want to see a chart, make sure it's listed on TradingView. So that means it needs to be either on Bittrex, Poloniex, or Binance. And Walton Chain Coin is one of them. TradingView has Binance coins now, so that's pretty good. Look at that, ready to make some money. And what I'm going to do with this part of the video again is I'm going to crop this out after I'll let it air today, but tomorrow morning I'll probably crop it out into a standalone video. That way people that didn't make the live stream tonight can see just the, charts of the day, so to speak. So this is a Walton Chain Coin, Walton WTC 343. Again, this is the Boss Method intellectual property owned by Brandon Kelly LLC. It's based off fractal harmonics and is a pretty accurate statistical forecasting method. There are 3 simple moving averages that we use for it: a 7, which is the white, a 77, which is the blue, and a 231, which is the columns right down there. And as you can see, for Walton Coin, the #1 thing that we look for is when the white's over the blue, you know what to do. And that is jump on board the cash train and make some money, right? Now, what's interesting, what's happening with this one is you can see right here when that white went above that blue, we jumped up a little bit, came right back down. The reason we came down is because when we did break out, we were technically still underwater. You see that that blue line was still under that 231. But now that we got a situation to where we're clean and clear, we can expect some major gains to come. out of Walton Chain coin, right? One of the things I want to look at is when we're expecting some profit, we want to see what the last jump looked like. So all I'm gonna do right here is draw a Fibonacci from this breakout, that breakdown. That should give us some decent levels to run through. It looks like the 0 and the 1.0 are very prominent in this chart. You see we came down and tested it right there. In addition to that, we basically rode it, you know, a few times, bounced on it, and then broke down below it right there. So this thing is talking more to the middle of the chart. So I'm looking at this 0.5 in this money zone as well, because it looks like we've already been rejected by that 0.5 once, twice, tried to stand on top of it right there and still fell short. And now we almost have this slow simmer that's happening right now, to where I believe the next time we come down on top of it, it should give us some support. So this is what you want to look for. This is going to be a test for WTC if it's ready to make some money right now. First things first, when it breaks out, it's going to go up to that 786, but then more than likely it's going to come right back down to that 0.5. So that's what the pattern you want to look for. This is a good buy, you know, right here. It hasn't really done anything yet, but it's just kind of boiling there. You imagine when you put a pot of water on the stove, it takes about 10-20 minutes for it to start boiling, right? And that's kind of what I see with this thing. When that 231 is literally flat horizontal like that, you can't barely even see any movement inside of it. But you have the white and the blue literally laying right on top of each other, perpendicular almost. I'm sorry, not perpendicular, but what's the word? 45-degree angle. It's some word in there. That's basically like straight 45 degrees. I don't know what it is, but that's a pretty powerful buildup that's happening under there. So we could expect to, once we do break out, to cap the top of that 786 and come right back down to confirm the 0.5, because we've been rejected by it twice, right? So we've been rejected there, and more than likely we will come back and confirm it right there. That's almost like an inverse double bottom, right? Bottom, bottom, breakout, right? Like a tap punch. I don't know what it is, but you know, 1, 2, 3. 1 + 2 = 3, right? And 2 negatives make a positive. There you go. I just try to have some type of logic to it. But Walton coin is definitely a legitimate coin. This is one of my personal favorites in the market right now. I think this thing is the real deal. So this is a good chance to get in it before the break. If you want to, you know, swing it, you can look to short it up there, double down there. You know, and once you get that blue line north of that 618, then you got some real deal profits, and you should have a candle up there between the 1.2 and the 1.6, right? So this is a good deal. This is a good coin. Let's do one more. That took a little bit longer. I don't like take that long. In addition to that, again, #1 Bitcoin group in the world. I'll go ahead and clear the boards. That way everybody that just joined since I started this video can go ahead and get in. Let's see, what else you guys want to see? Sometimes I like to go through, like, if this dude, like Martin, I'm sorry, hopefully you ain't on this call because you are not getting in. If you just answer one question trying to be slick, trying to slick through the cracks, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You know. But yeah, I like to come see this guy, nope, not doing it. Nope. You know, sometimes I just like to go through and, you know, the people like, what is this? What is this? Are you serious? Are you serious? Is this dude serious? Come on. Come on. All right, everybody else, y'all cool. Bam! Welcome to the money team. 236 people. Beautiful time to be alive. Almost 20,000. That's pretty amazing. What's going on, Big John? Thanks for joining us. We'll do one more chart, and then we will get into this list real quick. DGB. Good call. I haven't looked at that chart in a while. Let's see what's going on with it. Finally woke up. All right. I remember I had this thing for a while. I made some money on it in the spring, so I wasn't really tripping. You know what I'm saying? I was in here, you know, around 200. I was in there, down there somewhere, made some money on it, cashed out around 1,200, 1,500, somewhere there. But yeah, this one, it's weird. Like you basically have to look long term with a lot of these charts, right? Because again, it's three parts to every cycle, you guys. Breakout, breakdown, flatline, right? And all we had here was an extended flat line as Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Dark, whatever fork Bitcoin, Roger Ver, Charlie Lee tweet, you know, killed the market when it did. I don't hold that against these charts in particular. That's just Bitcoin being the sun and having more dominance than any random altcoin does, right? So basically you had almost like a 6-month flat line with this thing, but that's completely fine. I'm fine with that. One of the things you want to try to do is give it a little bit more time to run its course, right? And so what I'm doing here is going backwards, probably more than what I should, but I just want to see if this thing, I got the feeling it'll pin it down almost exactly where I want. But I was still pretty close on it. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm gonna put it on the part of the chart where the 77 crossed the 231, because that was basically the beginning of this whole macro run, right? And what I'm looking for is the interior, the macro movement. I don't really care about the white over the blue because that was making money. That was all fine and dandy, right? And in doing that, I'm gonna put it right there for our second cycle, right? And again, this is like the inside of the chart now, right? And now we almost hit it exactly right there where it broke down again. And now it looks like we're almost coming up on an ascension part of the chart. And this is literally the inside of the energy cycles that's happening right now, right? I don't expect this box to have an intersection. It more or less just agrees to the energy, the resonance inside these cycles. But essentially, this was our breakout, breakdown, flatline. What comes next? Bam! Hit them over the head with it. This thing is going to be pretty good, you guys. DigiBy, for whatever reason, had a huge, you know, fall off correction, right? But it's actually one of the best times to buy it. Statistically, we want to buy inside that money zone to get all the money we can before that breakout. Once we get north of that 1618, then we're running pretty much straight into the next green line, which is up there. So if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I don't like to bet, but if I was, where is this thing at? This thing is all the way at the bottom of this thing. I would say we should be able to clear that 1.6 by mid-April, right? That won't be hard at all. Between a 1.6 and a 1.2. And then we should have somewhere in between both of those zones, at least one candle that hits somewhere in there, right? Because then you're just playing the midpoints at that, you know, midpoint is the low, midpoint is the high, you know. So now you're just playing the swings. So we should have a swing somewhere between there, up, you know, between the 2.4 and 1.6. So there you go. DigiByte is a decent play right now. Everything, to be honest, as long as you have money in the market, then you will make money, right? Just look what happened 12 months ago. You know, there is a statistical anomaly. It's not really an anomaly. It's just a matter of cycles and repetition. All energy comes from the same source. All sources have cycles, and we live in a base 12 universe, base 5, base 7. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to modern day astrology. This is a repetition. This is infinite repetition of resonance, right? So all you need to do is go back in time, say what happened between January and March of last year. Boom. That should give you a pretty good assessment, right? What happened between March and May? Bam. What happened between May and June? Boom. Right? 6-month cycles. This one had about a 9-month correction. So maybe you give it 3-month flux, and then we're back on the same 6-month cycle, which puts us right on schedule for a midsummer, you know, all-time high with DGB. That'll be north of 24, but still, this thing is pretty solid. So, you know, just sit on it, be patient. 400, 428 is a definite pickup down here. You may see this thing fall down under, you know, back to test the 236. I doubt it, since it's already confirmed the floor of the 382, but anything's possible. So, you know, if that does happen and you're already in, maybe double down on it, cash out at the 618, and then look back, get back in above the 1.0, right? There's different ways you can play it. It's all energy. It's all resonance. You know, just play the Fibonacci, play the cycles, white over blue, you know what to do. Bam! It's just that easy to get paid. The boy is back. It's 2018. You know what I'm saying? I did my end of the year spreadsheet, counted up all my money, and I feel pretty good right now. So if you feel good, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Come on in and cash out like a boss. #1 Bitcoin group in the world. 19,000 of my best friends come together 7 days a week to help each other stay empowered and stay in profit. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go ahead and make this money.